Greetings and welcome, everybody, to the Beers and Bodyslams podcast. Sitting across from me is a man who is guaranteed to never put anyone else through a piano. Good old JB.
And sitting to my left, the man that once took the stink face from Rikishi, Mr. Fluffy.
Oh, my God.
Wow. I was wondering what that smell was.
And the man sitting across from me who once told Naomi, you got some nice double stuffed Oreos there. Irish.
Oh, boy.
That's... Okay, on that note, everybody, we had a great show. It's going to go off the rails pretty quick already. The beer's kicking in. No, we have a great show for you. We're going to be talking about some news for the week.
News.
As our friends over the Geek Shock podcast say, news you don't give a shit about.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got the opportunity to have a great beer. Oh, what else are we going to do?
We're going to
pick a pay-per-view. It's that time of year again.
I'm so excited. This is a monumental one, though, because it's the last double of the life for at least 3 months.
Until they come up with this great idea next year.
Yep, exactly.
So we're going to do that and so much more when we come right back.
Awesome! This is the Beers and Bodyslams podcast. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. With your host, Mr. Fluffy. Hello, ladies. Good old JB. Booty-O's! They make sure you ain't booty. And the Irish O'Leary. There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. A-A-W-S-T! This is the only podcast bringing you craft beer and pro wrestling that really matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its WWF Tag Team Champion of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Fluff, what are you drinking?
We are drinking from Omegang.
Oh, my God.
Omegang.
Oh, my
Out of
God.
Cooperstown, New York. We've had a few Omegangs on the show before.
Oh, my God.
This is Brunetta. It is an old Bruin ale. It's a sour, as far as I can tell. It's really good. It's a different style of beer than I've had before.
Yeah.
But it's dark, but it's kind of sour, but then it's got a bitter finish to it. It's sort of a combination of like 3 or 4 different things.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I don't really have a description for the taste.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I didn't really pick up the sour, but there was a bitter finish.
I think the front, I get a little sour in the front,
Yeah,
but a bitter finish.
it's unique.
Yeah.
It's good though, but it's unique.
Much like many brunettes that I've dated in my life. It's different.
It's different.
No, it's good.
It's really good. I like it.
It's not something that you would say, I think I'm going to try a beer. Let me get this. This is not that beer.
Oh, but we've talked before about like entry-level beers and expert beers. This is an expert beer. Like, this is not the kind of beer some guy goes, I want to get into craft beers, or I don't really like craft beers. Can you give me something? Do not give them this, because you will destroy them and ruin them forever.
Exactly. I got to tell you this story. So I did a little side gig this past week with a guy. He's younger.
Did he whip it out?
Did he nay? So he's trying to connect. He's probably 20 years younger than me. He's trying to connect with me. So I got to give him credit for that. But we were talking about beer. And I said, well, I do a podcast. He's like, what is it? And I said, it's beer and pro wrestling. He's like, dude, that's awesome. Like, what do you guys talk about? Like when you guys talk about beer, we talk about. I said, well, we'll crack open a craft beer, talk about it for about a few minutes, and we'll talk about what's going on in the week of WWE. He's like, oh yeah, I love craft beer, like Blue Moon.
Well,
yes, just like Blue.
not gonna lie. Probably 2 years ago, I would have said the same thing.
No. I there's nothing wrong with Blue Moon.
No, there's not.
there's
But
not.
he's like, I love craft beer. Like Blue Moon is pretty good, and he's named another one. I'm like, Yeah,
It's a
no.
whole nother world
No.
out there.
It's a little different than that, bro.
Yeah.
We try to come up with really good stuff. Not that Blue Moon's bad, but it's just not. I would not consider that anything that's mass produced on that level. I would not consider like a craft beer.
Yeah, when you walk into a bar and they say to you, "Oh, we've got Budweiser and Coors and Blue Moon and Michelob," you're like, "Wait a minute, that okay?" At that point,
Right.
you've lost that ability.
Side note, since you took us there down this road really quickly,
Sorry.
the Blue Moon, I went to the Orlando City game.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night.
They win?
The tie.
Oh.
They had Blue Moon, Mick Light, and Coors. Guess how much I paid for a Blue Moon?
$7.95.
Higher.
What's sad about that is there's a brewery directly outside of the stadium that makes a beer for the team.
Man,
they don't use?
you've
That they
upset
don't
podcast,
use.
Kitty.
Yeah, Broken. It's Broken String and Black Cauldron. They're two breweries that exist in one building. They have, I think they have two. They know one called the Ruckus, which is a big supporter group.
Yep.
They have a Ruckus beer, and I think they have an Orlando City beer. Not official. Like the Ruckus goes there for their parties.
they should be official.
But you're thinking, if you have a brewery that literally you can
across the
see
street.
from the stadium, and they're making beer to honor you, pull some kegs in.
You would think.
Pull
but
some kegs in and bring them in.
The Coors Light, the Mick, and the Blue Moon was all the same price. $11.
$11.
$11
For a draft or a can?
for a draft.
Did it kiss you first?
Coors Light and Blue Moon were the same price at $11. Never,
And how
never
many
in
did you
my
get?
life. Just one.
Just one.
I wouldn't have gotten that. I would have been like, screw you guys.
But
I'm drinking water out of the fountain.
there
I'm
was
trying to
that.
figure out what to pair this with. I really am. This seems like a
Something
sipping beer.
like there's something you're just not gonna eat with this.
I think this is a good sipping beer. Or what are you thinking?
Like a something fruity, like a tart.
Well, I was thinking that, or I know it's something caramel, like a cake or something like that,
Yeah.
or like a caramel something.
Or just caramel.
Yeah, but I'm saying is this would be really good. Like the thing,
Chew 'em.
yeah, like salted caramel.
Yeah.
Sea salt caramel would be really good with this.
Yeah. Podcast Kitty.
Podcast
Get over
Kitty.
it. Jeez.
Jeez.
This
This is a love of Pete. We're kidding. We're not
I
drinking
know
Blue Moon.
I know you're
I
emailing
wouldn't
Orlando
pay
City
$11
right
for
now.
Coors either. Podcast kidding.
I know you're going to email Orlando City right now to complain, but it's
Actually,
okay.
she's a Blue Moon fan. She's like,
Oh,
Dear
yeah,
Blue
well.
Moon.
Dear Blue Moon,
These jackasses that I live with.
I like oranges. How about you? If your beer needs a crudité, it's not beer. All right, so we got some news.
Crudité. Damn.
Yeah.
This is a wrestling podcast, man.
Fine.
If your beer needs fruit, it ain't beer.
Well, it can be in the beer, as in the flavoring, just not on the beer.
Yeah. So does that also take care of the Belgian beers? It usually has to have a piece of fruit in it.
Yes. I don't use it.
I like
throw it
my
off.
orange slice. Thank you.
I throw it off. You know, that's me. So we got some headlines this week before we move on to the pay per view.
He's always tossing stuff.
That's right. Just tossing fruit everywhere. Could be worse. It could be tossing salad, but that's beside the point. Hey, and we just got the explicit tag on iTunes. Congratulations. Hall of Fame. We had another announcement this week of a new inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. It is the one, the only, the legend, Hillbilly Jim.
Congrats to him.
No, he's been working with the company
congrats.
for a while. Congratulations.
Like I said, like we've had this debate over and over again. Don't really know what the criteria is. This kind of feels like a nostalgia pick.
Vince throws a dart.
You know, I honestly, you know, I followed his career, obviously growing up, and really don't know any of his like major accomplishments, except for longevity. You know what I mean? You know, congrats to him. You know, I don't understand. Like when Coco Beware, Hillbilly Jims, at some point, you know, everybody that lasts longer than 10 years goes in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, not special anymore.
And there's no like, yeah, there really it's like everybody gets a trophy type of deal.
Yeah,
and that's what it feels like. And I'm not knocking him, but your Hall of Fame should be special. We've had this debate; it should mean something.
Yeah,
you know, congrats to him.
My most memorable Hillbilly Jim was when he wrestled with the midgets against King Kong Bundy. That's it. That's all I remember. Like, I remember other little moments, but that's the most memorable. You know what I'm talking about. Remember when...
Yeah.
And then they showed video in the promo of apparently Hulk Hogan picked him out of the crowd, quote unquote, and trained him. And
Right.
I don't remember
that.
I don't remember any of that.
I remember they tried to make him like the kid friendly version of Hulk Hogan. Not that Hulk needed any help with that, but like he was always surrounded by kids. He was high fiving them and like doing the whole.
Yeah, I mean, so was Hacksaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
what? Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. They're just like throwing darts at a board, like you said.
It's literally, it's just like how they do the TV shows. Vince licks his finger, sticks it in the wind, whichever way the wind's blowing. He's like, yeah, let's go that way.
I mean, it's like a lifetime achievement award at this point.
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's more that than it is a Hall of Fame induction.
Well, it's what's sad about it. I feel a little bit is he's a guy that's worked with the company for a while. He's still with the WWE in some capacities. He's still floating around.
Yeah.
He does some things for them promotion wise. I know he's done some things backstage for them.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah, he still works on and off for them. And I really do feel like the Hall of Fame is becoming, hey, these are the guys that have stayed really loyal to me over the years.
Mm-hmm. Give you something.
And if you're not really loyal, I just wait till you pass, and then I put you in afterwards.
It's almost like Vince gets about 100 people together and says, okay, raise your hand if you've heard of this person. Okay, great. So you've heard of this person. Okay, can you name one rival that he ever had? If you can think of somebody, keep your hand up. Okay, when enough people put their hands down, it's like, yeah, no, he's not good enough, or she's not good enough.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that they're not good enough. I mean, I don't like to say they're not good enough to get in, but I just like that they don't have the accomplishments that would merit that title of Hall of Famer.
Better stated. You're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know, we've had this discussion again, but like, I just, you know, at some point the announcements don't mean as much to me as a fan to get me excited about, oh man, they're finally getting their just due. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like, oh, they finally made it. I've been waiting for this person to get in, and you just don't feel that with certain people.
Well, like I said, I will say the two this year that I will say have that feeling are Goldberg
Yeah.
and the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as short as, and maybe Jarrett, you might be able to make a judgment for, but even then you're kind of starting. But if you're
The
looking,
timing is just weird with
yeah. But I would say the Dudleys definitely. I mean that is.
Oh, automatic.
But, and even Goldberg, even though his short time, he was that really bright flame for a short time. But what
he had
did
a big
was
impact.
amazing.
Big impact in a short time.
Has Jeff Jarrett been inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame?
I couldn't tell you anything about that.
You think it's a swerve that way?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like Sting's in there, and
Yeah.
I can't remember who else is in there.
I don't know.
Has Jarrett been in there?
I'm assuming he would
He
be.
started the company.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
All right.
Should get something out of it.
You get a pat on the
Dinner
back
at-
and a kick in the ass.
You get dinner at Sizzler or something.
You get
Hooters.
You get Vince Russo laughing at you.
you get a dinner at Hooters, and you get a dinner at Hooters. That's it.
Who else is in it this year? It's Ivory.
Ivory. They've got the Warrior
Who
Award winner.
I don't mind Ivory.
No, I think
She was very underrated.
Well, I mean,
She just came up in the wrong era, but she was very underrated in the ring.
Yeah, but what she, you talked about what she brought to the
Yeah.
to the world of wrestling
exactly.
with Glow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Dudley's makes sense. Goldberg makes sense. Jarrett, Hillbilly Jim,
Yeah.
The Warrior Award thing.
I like the Jarius kid though. Have you ever seen him? The Jarius kid?
Yeah,
that's been
he's a
inducted?
great kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have a problem with those awards.
Well, my only pushback is the same thing I say every year. The whole thing about the Warrior Award was supposed to be somebody that worked behind the scenes. It was supposed to be a way that people who helped put Vince on the map would never see because they don't roll credits, would get some kind of recognition. That was the original intent
Now
of
it's
the Warrior
become
Award.
a PR move.
Now it's a PR.
Yeah.
Now it's a PR award.
Yeah.
Now,
And I'm not saying the kid's not deserving that. Don't misunderstand.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I hate.
so do you know the rumor for the celebrity is this year?
The celebrity this year is, I did.
It's Kid Rock. That's why I
Yeah,
keep
Kid
hearing.
Rock.
I keep hearing Kid Rock. that they're going to do. He's going in.
Boy.
I can't wait till next year. It's gonna be Limp Bizkit. So, well, seriously,
so-
I mean, he did the Undertaker's
That's
Yeah.
right.
rolling.
But congratulations to Hillbilly Jim.
Starfish.
Congratulations to Hillbilly Jim on your future induction into the WWE Hall of Fame.
And who inducts him into the Hall?
That may be how they bring Hogan back.
Get the F out.
They keep playing footsie with him, and that what I don't. This is why you bring him back at the Hall of Fame. It's the perfect chance. You don't have him on the main show. You have him on a Hall of Fame. It's a way of testing the water. I could.
Here's okay. This is what's going to happen in the O'Leary household. Ladies and gentlemen, to induct Hillbilly Jim, the incredible dun 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 click.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what's going to happen.
People in the company, they've already gotten past it. I think it's now like just the timing, like you said, test the waters.
Yeah, test waters. And the Hall of Fame is perfect to do that.
If the stocks don't tank and they don't get any pushback from him showing up, then like I said, they'll expand his role. But that would be the logical choice to induct him.
All right. So moving on, we had a major announcement for outside the country. The WWE's announced on April 27th in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this is before WrestleMania, right? It's after, right?
Yeah, after.
Yeah,
okay.
April 27th.
Okay, good.
Yeah. They're going to have a 50-man Royal Rumble match in Saudi Arabia. It is not a pay-per-view as of now. I'm assuming it will show up on the network either live or in the future.
You can do that with no time restraints.
But they're doing a 50-man Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. This is also on the heels of the announcement that they're going to do a show in Australia, and they plan on selling 100,000 tickets.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So they are really pushing the international market, and doing things like this is interesting. What do you guys feel?
Well, I mean, WrestleMania is obviously the best time to promote these events. When you have a national,
I don't think they're going to promote it. They're doing it as press announcement. They're not mentioning on the show. It's all press.
Oh,
announcement.
I'm sure there'll be. But I mean, the timing that they're putting that information out there is around WrestleMania, when the world is watching, the product. This is the most exposure they're going to get. So now's the time for them to put that information out there to feed to that new audience. I mean, it's 50's a lot.
Well, you're going to have to use both brands.
Of course, clearly.
Yeah,
and you're going to pull more than both brands.
but-
Like, you're bringing
but-
people over.
But think of it logically. I mean, if they do 5 minutes between each entrant,
Oh my God!
But that's the whole
entrance-
show. You know what I mean?
The entrance,
There is no.
entrances
There's nothing
alone.
else. There's just that's the whole show.
And then you have guys that they're going to try to go the distance.
Oh my God!
So let's just start doing the math on that. If you've got 5 minutes between each entrant, so basically you've got 48 guys coming in.
They probably changed the time in between.
Probably
for
3
something
minutes.
like that. Yeah, there'd be a lot of fast eliminations as well.
Because if you got 48 guys come in at 3 minutes, how long is that, Fluff?
That's what I'm figuring out. Hold on. It is like 2 hours, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's 144 minutes.
That's your whole show. It's
Yeah.
nothing but guys coming in.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how hard up the guys in Saudi Arabia are to watch this, but I think after the first hour, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
done.
it'd be.
Yeah. If you do 5 minutes between, it's 4 hours.
It'd be hard to make it where it's not repetitive. You know what I mean?
Unless they start with 30 guys in the ring.
4.
No, I could see him doing 4. I mean, it's
unique.
I want to see it though, but I kind of want to see it. I want to see it for a couple different reasons. Number one, it'll be unique. And I missed that kind of stuff on the network they were doing when they first came out. Like they had the Beast on the East specials, and they had those smaller shows that they were doing, and they were great.
Which I actually stayed up to watch that.
Yeah,
me too.
Those were fun little house show,
But a 50-man battle royal.
Royal
But then you
Rumble.
have that
Royal
that
Rumble.
countries can say we were the first to ever have it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that gives them something to hold their hat on.
But I think
Good for you mean to hang their
hang their hat
job on there.
Yeah.
But I don't mind events
don't
like
wear
that
hats.
outside of the continuity.
And there's that.
because I'm not sure if it's going to mean anything. It may just be I won this thing, so it's not going to lead to anything. It's sort of like outside the continuity of the normal storylines. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Where is that at?
Saudi Arabia.
So what better time to have another King of the Ring event then?
Yeah.
Than do it in Saudi Arabia.
Well, that would probably be. They probably wouldn't do King of the Ring there because that would be disrespectful to the King of Saudi Arabia. He might be a little pissed.
It's entertainment.
Yeah,
depends on how they would take it.
If they cut the people's hands off, that would be a little pissy.
But no, I mean, but I'm intrigued to watch it though. I'm hoping it ends up on this network in some capacity.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll put it up if they're promoting it like that. They'll find a way to get it out there.
Yeah.
So we also got the first piece of news coming out about the fact that we're condensing pay-per-views in together. So we're starting. So Money in the Bank will now has officially been announced. They will have 2 dual brand matches. So there'll be a women's and a men's, and both Raw and SmackDown superstars will be in the match.
It should be.
So I agree. That's the way it should be. I have no problem with this. I think it has intriguing storylines.
I've given up on intriguing storylines.
No, I think but there is some fun there because you could have a guy who could win the briefcase, let's say on SmackDown, but let's say like a KO, and be like, okay, I won this. I want to come to Raw now. I got the brief. Why don't you just bring me to Raw?
Whoever wins becomes a free agent.
Yeah.
The John Cena rule. Whoever wins the Money in the Bank becomes a free agent.
Well, he can
go to either show.
Well, I don't think either the show. I think it would just be as whoever wins the briefcase can challenge for whatever belt he wants on either brand.
Same difference.
Yeah, same difference.
I understand that, but I'm saying,
you have okay. God, logic. No, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I think it's great. But my point is, logically, that person has to have the ability to show up on the other show to challenge and to do storyline there. So it's very simple. Whoever wins the Money in the Bank becomes a free agent for that year.
Yeah.
Podcast Kitty, I know. He just needs to let me get it out.
No, I understand where you're going. I'm saying it's just it was the way you said it. I'm not, I understand what you're saying. It's gonna be intriguing. I like the idea of having both in there because then you get to have qualifying matches on both shows. You could say, hey, we're gonna have matches. Elias and The Miz, you two are gonna wrestle tonight, and whoever wins that match, you get a spot in Money in the Bank.
Yep, they got people stabbing people in the back to get their spot.
Yeah,
they could continue this arc of
lazy
writing because now they have the thing that we'll just fill in the dots.
Promote it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're going to do that, promote it
the week before.
We're going to host these qualifying matches on Raw and SmackDown over the next 2 weeks.
Right. That would work for me.
We got 8 matches or 6, whatever the number is, 4 matches or whatever. We're going to.
How many people are in the Money in the Bank now?
Well, there's 6 supposedly, but they add in. I think it was 7 this year, wasn't it?
Well,
the numbers of people don't matter in WWE anymore. We talked about that recently.
No, because I'm saying you could have.
Well, technically, you can do 8 now. I mean,
yeah.
Well, no, you can do as many as you wanted to. But
I got an idea for you. Again, this is logic, so it makes no sense. You keep it at 7. This is what you do. You have 3 from Raw and 3 from SmackDown. Okay,
and then John Cena.
And then no. I know. But then you had qualifying matches to get in.
The microphone.
So you had 6 guys that lost their matches.
Right.
So they love these last chance matches. So why couldn't that be the opening match? The Money in the Bank pay-per-view is a 6-pack challenge. And whoever wins that match is the 7th person inside the match.
It's all sorts of ways.
But it would build interest into the match because you've got all the qualifying matches. And then you're told, by the way, even if you lose, you still have one more shot. And you get to open the pay-per-view with that.
Well, let me wrap this around your cranium for a moment. What if they actually started using this stupid ass power ranking thing and started applying that to something other than just ginning up a fake storyline for,
Jinder Mahal?
Is Ty still number 10? Because I haven't seen him in 10 weeks.
But he still got power ranking.
Well, he still got 10. Yeah, you got to go 10 weeks between seeing him. That's the rule.
Okay.
Everything he does in 10.
But my point is you do the power rankings for men and women, you do 2 separate rankings, and then it makes sense. And then what happens is when people win and people lose, the rankings change. And then that makes sense. So you've got, you got your number 1 guy, and then you start doing like playoff stuff like the NBA or NCAA for football,
Like where you're going with the BCS
you know,
here.
like a BCS thing.
Yeah,
You got your
okay.
number one going to get up against. God dang, I'm drunk. One going up against
Go
4,
home,
2
Irish, you're
going against
drunk.
3. You know, you
done.
start having that kind of thing, and you know the booking kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah.
But this makes way too much sense for WWE to do it.
I think that I like that they have that, but if they were to do it like that, it would just, I think it would be another slap in the face to those that aren't even on TV.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, well, we're just only going to focus on these 10. You know what I mean?
Well, they're getting ready to have a dump of talent after WWE.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. But like, if you're promoting that top 10 every week, it's like you're telling your audience these are only 10 people that matter. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if you're not on that list, who gives a crap about whoever?
Right, but you can start following underdogs to start battling their way up into the top 10.
Yeah, I mean that would require storyline writing. You know,
Well, so
you know, we don't discuss that around here.
yeah, we don't discuss logic and storylines. That would make sense.
Podcast Kitty, why don't you tell us what you really think?
So, all right. So, the other thing that happened this week is we have our first WrestleMania match officially.
Well, I think we
Well,
got a
no,
couple
second.
of-
Excuse me,
we got a
second.
few
I'm
of-
sorry. We do have the first one. We had Lesnar versus Roman is 1.
Yay. So excited.
Triple H and Stephanie McMahon will be taking on Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey because The Rock said no.
Yeah.
They asked him.
They supposedly asked him.
He's
and
doing a lot
yeah,
of things
he's doing
right
a lot
now,
of
though.
The Rock's like,
He's got his hand-
Let me think about this. Take my life in my own hands or do a movie.
Well, he's like producing stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
really busy.
Yeah.
now.
There's no way I would go back.
Not for a
I would
match.
walk in and say, "What's up, bitches? See ya."
So we're getting the tag team match week. So Ronda's first match is going to be a tag team match, which I
Which
don't
is
think
smart.
is exactly. I don't
very
think it's a
smart.
bad thing. But it's Triple H and Stephanie's chance to get on the card, which means
The whole purpose of this.
they're gonna win.
you think so?
Oh yeah,
I don't think so.
I do.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
You really think they'll put her over?
Who
You
they
think
put
that, no,
Stephanie
you
over?
don't think they'll put Ronda over to build her up?
Go back to a few weeks ago and listen to the show. What's the whole reason that Stephanie's involved in this?
I have my own theory, but
All right, what's your
What-
theory?
we'll save it for
what's your
we'll save it
theory?
for our prediction show.
Oh no, I want to hear it now. Come
don't
on,
tease
you
us.
can't tease us like that. Don't whip it out and then put it away. Come on.
Uncle JB.
Ronda screws Kurt and joins up with Stephanie and Triple H.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You
Guess
got
what'll happen?
Corporation 2.0.
Guess what'll happen in the O'Leary household if that happens?
Click.
Swerve, click.
Listen, hey, don't be surprised.
I don't think Angle's destined long for that position anyway. I think
Don't be
he's.
su-
I think
I can
he's-
just, I'm picturing the China low blow during the match at some point and her turning on Kurt during the match and him getting pedigreed and they get and ends like that. And all three of them are like celebrating in the ring. She's got to be, because you got to think about it. If she's going to be on Raw, you got Asuka, who's right now the dominant female on Raw, face.
Yeah.
Naya's probably trending towards being a face.
Yeah.
So you got to have a strong heel to factor into that equation.
and Alexa gets way
unless
too
you're
much
gonna
tweener.
unless you're gonna move some people around, to me that would make logical sense. Number one, it gives Ronda a mouthpiece. She's got two of them, Triple
Right.
H and Stephanie.
Right.
You know, it takes Kurt out of the picture or it pits him against Stephanie, and they can build off of that storyline. But for me, that would be the way to go, because if they beat them, then what now? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
where do you go from that?
Yeah.
Because there's no female associated with Triple H and Stephanie that's a competitor. So, you know, do you bring somebody in from NXT? You know, it's a lot of different ways, but to me, that's the way I would book it.
I did read a crazy rumor that we talked about before is that they've talked about hooking up Ronda and Heyman.
That's not going to happen.
But I don't. Yeah.
He's actually going to be gone once Lesnar leaves.
Yeah. I think it's.
He's got a lot of outside projects that he's interested in. That's why he re-signed, because Lesnar was part-time, so he doesn't have to go every week. So he can take care of his outside interests and then just show up when Lesnar does. So they were saying the fact that people were wanting them to pair her with Heyman, but that's not something that he would be interested in, because he's not wanting to be there every week.
Yeah,
Thanks
he's
a
like
lot,
this-
Paul.
So that's why like their best mouthpiece won't even be available. You know.
Well, that's what happens when you don't raise up mouthpieces anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So our last headline before we move on.
I got a couple after that. So
I think you're going to say one of them better be Coach.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about that, but I got a couple more.
You got a couple headlines? Go ahead. What do you got?
Rey Mysterio's hurt.
Yep.
Shocker.
Tore a tricep. So that idea of Cena we talked about last week is out the door. So who knows what happens?
Did I not
that.
say last week? I hope they don't sign him
Yeah.
because he'll just get hurt. I said to my wife, I know that's for darn sure. But
Yeah.
he'll just. I knew he would just get hurt because he's an injury machine.
Yes, he is.
And I hate that he got hurt. Don't misunderstand me. I like Ray.
Hi, just hit the microphone with a beer. How you doing? I'm fine.
I wish this was a video show just so you could see Fluffy slamming the mic with his beer glass. Anyway, I like Ray, and I hate that he got hurt, but he keeps getting hurt. And I'm glad that the WWE did not put.
Because he's not 25 anymore.
I know, but I'm glad that they didn't put a lot of investment in that. And then, oh crap, here we are going to WrestleMania, and Cena's now having to go back and try to figure out who he's going to wrestle.
Oh, he'll be fine.
It's going to screw some things up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to end up putting him with somebody just to do it. And it's not really going to make much sense. But
Well, here's a shocker.
see.
Don't put him on the show.
Actually, I can. If the
What was the idea that I had 2 months ago? Let him host WrestleMania.
Let him win
Yeah,
the
never
Andre the
happened.
Giant. You'll be done.
Good luck with that. He'd quit before that happened.
Thanks, John.
What was your other headline?
Another rumor of another UFC fighter possibly joining WWE.
I've heard a couple. I didn't see names.
Fabricio Werdum,
Okay.
former heavyweight champion,
Okay.
Wow.
is rumored to be interested in joining WWE.
Is he the guy who wants to do both though? I read somebody wants to do both UFC and WrestleMania or wrestling at the same
I
time.
don't know if that was him or not, but he's another legit badass.
Yeah, totes.
So yeah, he's there's a lot of interesting things going on with UFC financially. So you know, long story short, you haven't seen guys like Conor McGregor, the Diaz brothers in a while because of money.
Right.
So I think you're going to see an influx of talent. Hey, I can go to WWE and make more money doing that than I can, get my head knocked off.
Yeah. I can sign a 2 or 3 year deal and do that and then still.
So I think you're going to start to see an influx and they have a great relationship as far as business, Dana White and Vince. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of influx of talent.
Well, UFC is going to affect everything because that's the big rumor right now about the TV deal is that Fox is really, really, really pursuing
That would be weird.
WWE because they're losing UCL or UFC.
yeah.
And they want to move SmackDown to Fox One.
Yeah, Fox Sports 1.
And they want to move Raw to Fox, cut it down to 2 hours, and put it on broadcast again.
That
be
would
great.
be best for business.
see Family Guy interstitials right in the front corner. Stewie running across,
Yeah.
getting the shit kicked out of him by Chris.
Yeah, but that's the big rumor on that one is that I keep hearing it that Fox is really, I guess the exclusive agreement to negotiate with USA expires I think in April, and then they can negotiate with anybody if they haven't struck a deal by then. Because the deal expires in September of 19, so they've still got a whole another year and a half on USA if they whatever. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, Lois, look at this. We got some freaking wrestlers on the show.
The other thing we had this week, we had a very unique match on Raw.
That's how you describe it.
The Symphony for Destruction. That was number one. Elias just keeps doing better work.
Oh yeah, he's standing out.
Whether he's getting his ass kicked or kicking ass, he looks great no matter what.
Yeah,
His facial expression in the car was priceless.
yeah.
Actually, that or Brom going, "I'm not done with you yet."
Gonna get more of these hands.
Oh my god! But that was a fun when Elias ran out of the arena. Number one, if that's your rental car, you really need a better contract because Jesus. And that whole match, though,
It was Rouse's car. Don't worry.
yeah, that whole match. I've never seen a piano shot before. Never in my life ever think
No.
I'd see somebody have a piano dropped on him and have Michael Cole yelling things like, "Oh my God, they buried him under a piano! Oh my God, he's hitting him with the piano!" I'm like,
Can you imagine Jim Ross calling that? Good
Oh,
God!
yeah.
"Good God,
Good God!
he
The
broke
man's
the
got
piano!
kids. He's got a family.
He broke the piano in half! He broke
They
the piano
piano.
in half!
Piano broke him in half. Oh my God!
Oh my God. That was just so weird, but it was entertaining at least.
Sure, man. I can't wait for, next week he's going to get like a baritone trombone You know, hit him with a tuba. 3 weeks would be a dulcimer.
Elias needs a stable.
Hell yeah, he does.
This is the perfect time to build a stable for him.
He needs some protection. Is what he really needs.
That's what it would be for.
He needs the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
He needs.
Actually, that would be.
Somebody,
wouldn't that be
somebody
something?
really needs to be covering his ass.
Paul Ellering come in and take over that little group.
That'd be sweet.
Before we
Wouldn't
move
that be
on,
something?
before we move on to
Wait a minute. I got to jot that down.
All right.
Tweet that.
So before we move on to Fastlane, I once again want to thank Omegang from Cooperstown, New York, for your Brunetta.
She gone.
Brunetta.
Think we
I
liked it.
can't speak. This is what happens when I've been drinking all
Mine's
afternoon.
gone.
Mine's gone. All right.
She gone.
She gone.
We are on to Fastlane, which actually I'm excited about only because this will be the last single brand pay-per-view until 8 months from now when they reverse their idea and go back to it. So at least for a while. I have 6 matches listed. So
Sounds about right.
yeah, we're going to go ahead and have JB pick first for everyone because he is current champion.
Two time.
6 matches and 565 wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's 560.
This is what you call a stacked card, my friend.
560, get it right.
Stacked.
All right, in our first match, we have Becky Lynch and Naomi taking on Natalya and Carmella.
Wow.
Why is this even a match? Sorry.
It's pre-show. Don't get too excited.
I don't think so. I think it's main.
Oh, I know it's main event.
I'm waiting. I'm telling you,
Main
the
show.
Becky turn is coming.
Okay, is this it?
I don't know. It's coming. I think you're going to see them fight at Romania, probably.
Who?
Becky and
Naomi.
Naomi?
Probably.
Oh. Who wants
There's
to see
something
that?
going on with that. There's something going on. But
I think Naomi should turn heel. Join up with the Oos.
That's
what I've always thought.
Becky. I think Becky and Naomi go over here.
Are you excited about this match at all?
Can you don't hear the excitement in my voice?
Irish, what do you got?
I'm going to say that I would say the faces go over, but my fear is if they bury the Money in the Bank winner, then when she whips that thing out in WrestleMania.
She's already been buried. She just lost Tuesday.
Oh, yeah,
She just tapped out to the Disarmer.
Oh, yeah, that's
She hasn't won a match in 6 months.
What were you pointing at me for? You agreeing with me?
No, I'm agreeing with you. That's what I was going to say when you were done talking.
Okay, let me just say, I'm going to say 50-50 booking. She lost on Smackdown. She's going to win the pay-per-view. I think
Trust me, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to the heels on this one so they can have a little bit of momentum, or at least Carmella can, going into the... I'll tell you, man, since she's lost James Ellsworth,
isn't that amazing?
she's a shell of her former self.
She got almost no reaction Tuesday
None.
night.
But she's just not...
It's not interesting
they
anymore.
put it
But
on the wrong
that's
person.
not her fault, though.
Sure, it's not
They
her
haven't
fault.
booked her at all since she won that thing.
They forgot she was on the roster.
They really did.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping this match is I agree with you. Is I think this is where they're going to try to build her back up
The
again.
Riot Squad killed her momentum.
She needs to bury everybody in this match.
Yeah.
Take her partner
I
out,
do.
take the other girls out,
Yeah.
and just be
I
dominant.
I would like to see her take him out. I want to see her pin Becky, and then her take out Natty and basically walk up the ring with her briefcase going, "This is mine," and and coming after it. And this is where I would love to see, even when we get to whoever wins the Charlotte Riot match. I don't want to give too much. Her come out at the end of that match, and again, just stand on the rampway.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Just stand the rampway, rocking it back and forth in her hand, going, "I still have this. You may have forgotten."
That doesn't have any effect anymore.
I would say,
for her at this
I would
point.
say, win the match and then beat everybody up, and the whole time just stand over all of them lying down. And go, did you forget me? Did you forget who I am?
Yeah.
Did you forget I was here?
Stand over them as she hits them with the briefcase.
Yeah, yeah.
Go for effect.
And then have that visual.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Rusev Gaglia. Rusev Giggly
Mashka.
Mashka. Rusev Day taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, who we got to hear sing this week.
That was
Holy
pretty
crap.
hilarious, actually.
That was
That
hysterical.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
Rusev was trying not to laugh, I think. That was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. No, I think he wasn't trying to lap also at that point, or when he was trying to get Aiden over. He's like, "You hurt my friend!" Like you could hear him, like he was crying. Not to. I think he was biting the inside of his lip. So who do you got in this match?
Shinsuke.
Yeah,
Pretty straightforward. Here.
Shiny Ka. Hello.
Yeah,
although as popular as Rusev is, I hate for him to take a loss here.
Yeah, but
Shinsuke's not going to lose.
It's Shinsuke building up towards that WrestleMania
I'm
match.
just saying that's a bad pairing because as popular as Rusev is, for him to take a loss, as he's gaining popularity, doesn't really make sense to me.
Maybe Aiden will step in and
it's
do something.
It's like they're feeding him to Shinsuke.
Yeah,
and it's just not the. You just booked the match for a pay-per-view 5 days before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So there's no build-up for
filler. It's total filler.
Yeah, it's no build-up for it.
It's filler, and it's let's get Shinsuke on the pay-per-view to help build towards WrestleMania.
Well, that and everybody and their moms tweeting whoever will listen in WWE that Rusev's over.
Yeah.
And why isn't he getting this? Why isn't he getting that? Lana's tweeting,
and this is Vince saying,
stuff.
"Oh, this is why we're not.
You want to see him? Here he goes.
We're going to feed him to the shark."
Yeah. All right. So next up for the women's SmackDown title, we have Charlotte taking on Ruby Riott.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be unanimous, but that's just my opinion.
And I'm still trying to figure out who the hell she's going to fight at WrestleMania. I still don't ever remember Asuka deciding who she wanted to face. I never heard her make that official announcement because she got interrupted.
Yeah,
at the Royal Rumble.
I think it'll be Charlotte and Asuka.
Really? I think it's your.
Hear me out because they're going to put Nia Jax.
Well, that's what I was saying last week. That's what I think would happen.
Nia is trending babyface, so they're going to put her against her.
And the way
Bliss
ran her down Monday night.
Yeah,
I'm thinking they're building something there, but they still keep saying Asuka versus Alexa. So I'm just trying to figure out where they're going.
We'll see.
Who knows?
I expect this to be a fun match. Because I think these two girls can run. So I expect this could be the match could steal the show if they're just allowed to go.
Sure.
If Ruby and Charlotte just told here, you've got 10 minutes. This is the finish. Go.
I need to see more of Sarah Logan.
Yeah,
just going forward. She's
got a lot of potential too.
Build the stable up strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just make it about Ruby. Let Liv and Sarah talk more. Get them involved in the storylines. Don't just have them out there as sidekicks.
Yeah.
So going forward, I'd like to see them really build it. If they're going to be together for any significant period of time,
give them some teeth.
Give them something to grow on after this.
All right. Next up, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as the Usos defend their title against. I've never heard of this team before. It's a new team. I'm not sure we know who they are. They're called the New Day.
They haven't been on a pay-per-view in a while, though.
Yeah.
Of anything significant. They were in the Rumble, but I mean, as a team, they haven't done anything.
No, I agree. So, all right. So, Usos versus New Day.
It's a tough one for me. I'd like to think that the Usos are finally going to get their WrestleMania moment, and I'm sure they will in one way, shape, or form. But I know that they're trying to get the New Day to break that Dudley Boyz record. That's tough. I'm on the fence about this one. I'm gonna say Usos with about 51% confidence.
All right, Irish.
I'm going to say that the New Day win, and there's a double turn. So the New Days have kind of been jackasses a little bit.
They're going back to some of their old stuff.
Let's say that the New Day win, and they just kind of really run with it, and they become a little more arrogant. And the Usos have actually started to get a little bit more. Pop.
They did talk about themselves in an underdog tone.
Yeah. So let's just say that the New Day win, and then we've got 5 weeks of chase.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only do the Usos finally have their WrestleMania moment, they have their WrestleMania moment with the titles back.
Makes sense.
That's why it won't happen.
Of course not.
Because
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, I think it'll go the other way. I think the Usos are going to win.
which would facilitate a turn. Which could facilitate a
true.
turn.
But I think that would be. I like your turn idea. I can see the turn
After the
and I think
match.
we go into WrestleMania once again. New Day versus Uso, and I could see if you're going to do it at WrestleMania, you do a second match. You could do like a tornado match.
You got to have a gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a gimmick. You do either tornado match or something,
TLC.
or TLC or a ladder or something, and
Best
they
of
just
three.
run. And then the New Day win the titles of WrestleMania because they like to shit on people that want WrestleMania moments. So you don't give the Usos that moment. You say, "Hey, you were on the card. Just be happy you were on the goddamn card."
Wow. All right.
It's brutal, but that's how they operate half the time.
That is true.
All right, next up.
As long as Stephanie gets her moment, that's all that really matters.
That's right. As long as the princess,
Show's kind of booked around her,
as long as the $1 billion princess gets her moment. Your Vince was a billionaire again this week,
Congratulations.
Until he
Vince.
launches that XFL again.
and then he's a dollar heir. He'll be eating out
Dollar heir.
He's a dollar heir.
Eating at the McDonald's menu.
That's
And
right.
friends and family nights are going to be hard.
large Coke.
Few and far between there.
I'll have a large Coke, and actually, can I have a water cup? I'm not going to put soda in it, I swear. I just want a water. It's water. It's not Sprite. It's water. You're fired.
You're fired.
I said, do you want fries with that?
Jeez.
All right. Next up, we have for the U.S. title, we have Bobby Roode defending his title against another newcomer, a new guy. I'm so glad somebody's
Very
getting
excited.
a shot.
Called up from NXT recently.
Randy Orton.
Young Randall Keith Orton. Fresh as a daisy. My wife was watching the show with me, and she's like, "Good God, his beard is even old."
Yeah,
He's
And I'm
looking
like,
he looks
and I'm
like more
yeah,
like his
honey.
daddy every day.
I'm like, yeah, honey, it so sure is.
He needs Just for Men. He should do a Just for Men commercial. There's your connection. He needs the promotion.
Dude, if a trash bag kicks his ass, what do you think is Just for Men?
He
thinks
looks
gonna
more
do?
like his dad every day.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
And I'll use the
He
cast
should
now.
start wearing an
The
arm
cast.
cast.
All right, who you got? Mr.
Oh
JB.
boy.
Uh-oh. Ooh, you have doubt in this one?
You have doubts?
I have none.
No, I mean, it's not really doubt. I was thinking about my feelings on the match.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's gonna be a
Your feelings-
sleeper.
Oh, this match is going to suck.
I'm just what Bobby Roode has zero momentum,
Yep.
and I don't. This is like the worst case scenario for him to get it back.
Yep.
I was shocked that they didn't make this a three-way.
I thought that Russo was going to be in this one for a while.
He's not even doing anything.
Or Jinder. No, Jinder was. I
Jinder.
thought Jinder. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought Jinder was going to be in this one for a while. And now,
I'm
honestly,
still thinking that by the time this pay-per-view rolls around, it'll be a three-way. 'Cause
I could see Rude, Orton, and Jinder. I think that would be a more interesting match.
Yeah. I'm going to say Rude wins just because he needs it.
yeah.
Some kind of momentum going into WrestleMania, and then you probably will get your three-way at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Well, I think that they'll probably add the three-way.
Oh,
Are we keeping
Sorry.
you awake?
A little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. Sorry, the beer kicked in. I think they'll probably add Jinder, like day of.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's going to be Bobby Roode. If Jinder's added, it'll be Jinder Mahal. But
You think Jinder would win it?
yeah, of course I do.
I think Rude's winning no matter what. I don't care who they add to this match. I think Rude's winning it. I think he's going into WrestleMania as a champion. I think he's going to lose at WrestleMania, but that's a completely different story for
To
another
who?
time. Whoever they feel.
Oy.
But that's a
Ty Dillinger?
A heel tie deal.
They're going to bring Ellsworth back.
Ty Dillinger.
No, seriously, he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he needs it. I don't think he needs it. I just think he needs to be on the show every
Yeah,
week.
Well,
He should just show
there has to
up.
be a reason to explain his absence.
How
When
about-
you finally bring him back, and if he's going to be a mainstay again.
But
Oh, by the
his
way,
mo-
he's been back here this whole time. Here's Ty Dillinger
Well,
again, ladies and gentlemen.
Mojo's got the same problem. Mojo was on TV for 2 weeks and disappeared for a month. He hasn't been on TV much.
I think if you put him in the match, if you start putting him on TV,
Oh, he's over. Don't get me wrong.
that he just if he just says, "Look, I'm tired of being looked over. If I'm going to do this,
But
I'm
that's-
going to go
yeah.
out and do this." But not you don't have to be a heel to do that.
Yeah.
Huh, well, you yawned.
I wasn't talking at the moment. though.
Score is tied. Irish one, Fluffy one.
Suck it.
Anger. All right. So on to the main event of the evening. We assume it's going to be the main event. I mean, really, it could be Orton and Rude could end the show. I mean,
Oh God, no.
we have AJ Styles defending his WWE Championship against KO.
1,
Sami Zayn.
2,
Baron Corbin.
3,
Dolph Ziggler.
4,
And John Cena.
5.
A 6-man match for the WWE.
17-time heavyweight. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just go ahead and put 20 more people in here and call it a Royal Rumble.
There you go.
All right, what do you got, JD?
AJ wins. We hopefully have our WrestleMania match with Shinsuke set in stone. I don't see any reason for anybody else to win this match.
Nope.
Yeah, I totally think AJ's going to win because I think they're really pushing for this AJ Shinsuke match.
It's really one of the only matches that I'm super excited to see at WrestleMania.
And it's got to mean something. And having the title on my mind means something.
You are correct.
Because it's either AJ proves that he is truly the greatest wrestler walking the face of the earth right now, or Shinsuke overcomes that and becomes the next level for him.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Did Kenny Omega enter this match?
Oh, stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying.
In the world of WWE,
Thank you.
AJ Styles is probably the first or second best wrestler.
Well, I mean, what? Omega's 10 years younger than AJ?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's in his prime. AJ's on the back end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is this could be.
But I'd put their career. You'd put him up against anybody.
You are correct, but his words were
Oh yeah, right now.
greatest wrestler walking the earth today.
Yeah. All right. I agree with that.
Let me ask you a question before we get too far down, because I think AJ wins too. You think AJ wins?
Yeah.
You think AJ wins?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement. What do you think it is with all the Nakamura hate around the internet?
I haven't seen
I don't
them.
get the hate.
Oh my God.
I haven't
Get on
seen it.
Facebook, man. Facebook people hate Shinsuke Nakamura.
Over what?
They hate him because of his broken English. That's the only reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there that many racist assholes on Facebook?
I mean, seriously, like you can't hate his style.
Well, you could, but
Some
people don't.
people don't like him because they can't relate to him because they don't understand, unfortunately, half the things he's talking about.
Well, I see a lot of people commenting on this, like they don't know why he's so over.
Because they
Why
don't
do
understand.
people not like him? I'm like, just watch what he does. Shut up and watch.
But in the world of, again, immediate gratification, or we want to pretend like we know these people personally. The only really him singing this week was a different side we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
True.
We need to see more of that.
Right.
It's like
fair
he's only being seen as an entrance because he doesn't talk a lot.
He's aloof.
Yeah, so people are like, this guy, he's doing all this dancing, this weird stuff, and it's like you don't understand if you haven't followed his career.
Right.
This bubble of WWE, they're all about the entertainment first and the wrestling second.
Bastards.
So you have to capture their attention with your character and your personality first and win them over. They don't even care if you can wrestle. If you can get a reaction out of them and get them to like you or hate you, then everything else falls into place. But they don't know him and they don't understand his personality.
They don't
yet.
relate to him, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I read it and I'm just like, I don't get it, man. Because he's phenomenal. I'm sorry.
yeah.
He's really, really good at what he does. Sorry, AJ.
But are you excited about this match at all?
This 6-7 ways.
The 6-7 ways of Sunday?
Yeah,
No,
the six way.
Not
at all.
Yeah. I think
I'm excited a little bit to see after what Sammy did to Kevin. I'm curious to see where that goes. I think I know which way it's going, but
Wait, you mean that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to be at odds with each other?
on a different
Again.
different roles though. So I think here's your Kevin Owens face turn. And
Sympathy?
Sammy, the conniving heel role, which is I haven't seen before from him.
Should be fun.
So we'll see.
Again, I feel like sometimes they foreshadow too much in trying to get people excited. During the match, the 5-way match on Smackdown, they kept talking about how, AJ's going to have eyes in the back of his head and he's going to have to break up pins. That's the only thing I'm excited about is what creative ways he, as a performer, figures out to break up pins. Because I feel like that's going to be half the match is AJ making
Trying to
sure
save himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily kicking out of his own pins.
Making sure he's watching everybody else.
Which, like fighting somebody, then turning as he hears the hand goes down and diving into the ring to either drop kick people, elbow people, or whatever to keep the match going.
Right.
That I think could make this match entertaining. And they kind of built that up on SmackDown. And if that's what they're going to use for Fastlane, that could actually make the match fun in that it's more, at that point, it is truly, it's not 6 guys against each other. It really is AJ versus the field. And it's more watching AJ. And what you do is at that point, you're focusing on AJ. You're building AJ's legacy.
That's how you should book it.
And then you're making a thing. And then when you do get to WrestleMania, you have sort of that larger than life AJ versus the unknown enigma of Shinsuke in this battle of just styles and fight. But yeah, they need to make AJ look huge.
I think I literally would pull the Irish if John Cena won the championship.
Click.
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't watch WrestleMania. I'm serious.
I'm with you. If John Cena wins,
if he won the championship and was injected into the main event at WrestleMania,
him and Shinsuke and AJ. Oh my God, that'd be
not even a triple threat. They just have AJ and Shinsuke fight each other.
If John Cena wins, I'm pushing my vacation forward.
Seriously,
I don't want to watch.
If he won the championship, I really don't think I'd watch WrestleMania.
All of it, or just that match?
I wouldn't watch it.
You think? Oh.
In protest, I don't think I'd watch it.
Dear Vince,
no, I don't think I would watch it.
Brother,
and I don't hate on John Cena. But I've seen this before.
I don't hate on John Cena the person. I'm as sick of John Cena as I am sick of Roman Reigns.
I just can't see. I'm in on Roman, but I
like Roman too. But for the first year or two, just crammed down our throats.
Well, yeah.
Now he's okay.
I can't see a no pun intended. I can't see a road for Cena to WrestleMania. I don't know who he would go against that we haven't seen before.
Unless they set something up in this match. I mean,
they literally have to beg the Undertaker to come back, and he's 56 years old. Seriously,
well, who wants to see that? Nobody. Nobody.
After last time,
did you hear the pop that they got when they made the announcement on Raw?
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that. I mean, I understand
it's 5 years too late.
I want to see the Undertaker. Yeah, I want to see him too. But did you see that crappy ass performance he did at the anniversary show? He's going up against John Cena. There's nothing
that name recognition would attract interest.
Kayfabe not existing. I mean, kayfabe notwithstanding, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing even remotely interesting about that match.
Especially now that Undertaker's lost twice at
True.
WrestleMania. If he was undefeated still, that would have some intrigue.
Yeah,
yeah. But now that he's lost twice, I don't see any purpose.
And the thing, and what makes it so difficult is, WWE ain't the only country or company in this world. And the things that are happening elsewhere, I'll be honest with you, I'm more excited about All In, the thing that the Bullet Club's doing, than I am WrestleMania. 100 times more.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm paying money to see that.
Yeah. Are you gonna? Okay.
Yeah, and you coming over if you want to.
Yeah. All right. So those are our Fastlane picks. We've got a few differences here and there, so it'll be interesting to see.
Come down to Naomi and
come
down to Naomi and Becky Lynch.
It's actually come on, Becky. Actually, it's Naomi and Becky Lynch and the Usos and New Day. Those are the differences.
Yeah. Son of a gun.
And
how bad is that?
And we're kind of spread out because, JB and I picked Usos and you picked New Day Irish, and then the other way it went the other way where
two of us picked Naomi.
I picked Natty and you picked Natty, and then it's gonna be interesting. So one last thing is my line of the week. This is a long one though.
That's what she said.
I'll admit,
not to you, but
I had to rewind it back
maybe to you, but not to him.
3 times to get the entire wording correct, because this was in the main line. This is Ruby Riott talking to Charlotte Flair about after she beats her at Fastlane. She says, "You'll no longer be the queen. Your reality's going to crumble. You're just going to be another bleach blonde failure with a famous last name." That was brutal.
That definitely was damn good.
And amazing. And I'm like, who wrote that? And congrats for Ruby to remember the entire thing, because that was a
Ruby held her own.
She did.
Ruby held her own. When Bobby Roode came out, the reaction on Charlotte was like
schoolgirl.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, they're totally. Oh, sorry.
What?
No, I'm just
seriously.
No,
you're kidding. You got to be kidding.
I am kidding.
Thank you, God. Old. He's old.
Yeah.
He's 41. He's the oldest guy in the
roster. So was
Alberto
Del Rio. That didn't stop it.
Oh, we don't want to talk about. There's a rumor he might be coming back. By the way,
I told you that.
It's crazy.
Poor Paige.
Oh, speaking of line, did you hear the one the Miz had with Finn Balor using the too sweet?
No.
Oh yeah.
Well, he told him using the.
I've already heard it.
How did it go? I don't remember.
He said something like,
specifically.
"You're nothing more than just a hand gesture that you didn't even come up with."
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like that was pretty good. Too sweet.
All right. So they would like to thank the Omegang Brewing Company for your Brunetta ale. I liked it a lot. I liked it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's gone. Totally good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. When you're ready to put your beer down.
Beer, you're so dumb. You want to take a piano shot from Braun Strowman and get these hands.
Make sure you head over to vintagepressing.com, vintagepressing.com, where you can drink coasters, luggage tags, phone cases, and more.
Make sure you visit us over at facebook.com/beers and Body Slams podcast. And you can check out all of our social stuff there. You can also find us on beersandbodyslams.com. Check out all of our show archives, all of our great sponsors. You can find all sorts of little fun stuff over there. Beersandbodyslams.com.
Follow your boys on the Untapped app. You can see what we're drinking. Find this wonderful beer in your area. You can follow me at GoodOLJB.
You can follow Mr. Fluffy as I prove you don't really need a liver to have a good time.
You can follow me as I beat the hell out of my liver, just like Braun Strowman beats the hell out of anyway at the Irish O'Leary.
Make sure you tune in Monday. We're going to have a fun show on Monday. We're going to have one of our topic shows. We're going to have fantasy factions. So we're going to kind of put together some factions. We got an old school faction, a new school, and sort of a combination between those two. Where each came up with some ideas for ourselves, some names, some theming. We're going to have some fun with it. It'll be just sort of a fun little conversation we're going to have.
Sweet.
Then make sure you tune in on Thursday where we recap Fastlane, talk about Raw, talk about Smackdown news, headlines, whatever's going on in the world of WWE.
We officially hit the road to WrestleMania.
Oh,
Yes.
we're on the, we were on the cart path, then we were on the access road. Now we're clearly on the highway.
We're in the HOV lane at this
Like,
point.
That's
I
right.
can see Bourbon Street,
The yellow
in the
brick road.
distance.
That's right. I can smell the urine.
Oh, it's coming. As
Hey,
always,
it's really good, and I just want to go ahead and say, if John Cena wins, it's been nice knowing you guys, because my brain will have exploded all over the house.
on that note, as always, make sure you keep your pint glasses full and your body slam stiff.
You've been listening to the Beers and Body Slams podcast. Find us online at beersandbodyslams.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. Until next time.
Have a nice day.